to talk about how to make some cinnamon rolls. And I want you to imagine that it's Christmas morning and you all wake up in bed and you're staring at your white ceiling and you notice this amazing scent drifting and wafting through the house. You see that you're like looking at your ceiling, you're like, what is that? And all of a sudden you jump out of bed because you realize it's the smell of cinnamon rolls. And as you're running across your floor, you have to run down your hardwood floor steps. And you run down and you have socks on and you're slipping and sliding and you're trying to hold on to the banister so you don't fall because you're just racing to get to those cinnamon rolls. And by the time you run into the kitchen, you're sliding, so you grab on to the counter to stop yourself and you jump right into your chair and your mom is pulling out these amazing cinnamon rolls. And she takes one out for you and she puts the frosting on it, and as she puts the frosting on it, your mouth starts to water. She sets it in front of you and you get your fork and you dig out the center and you eat it because that's your favorite part. So today I want to talk about how you guys can make these cinnamon rolls if you guys want to make them for your family on Christmas or if you just want to make them for a Bible study or whatever you feel like. So I'm going to be talking about cinnamon rolls. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is the history of cinnamon rolls. So there's a controversy in Europe about where cinnamon rolls came from and who invented them. The Swedish people and the German people kind of argue over who made it. But Sweden proudly has National Cinnamon Roll Day, so I think they kind of win that, and it's on October 4th. So that's kind of our little thing. The other thing we get to figure out is that there are two types of cinnamon rolls. There's the American cinnamon roll, which is characterized by like super sweet, very flaky, and the middle is usually chewy, and you have frosting and cream cheese, and it's amazing. And then we have our European cinnamon roll, which is drier and it's not as sweet and there's no frosting on it. But I've personally had it in Europe and it was very good. So if you guys ever want to try it, you won't be disappointed. All right, so let's talk about our dough. I was gonna have like this elaborate like how to make dough, and it takes like 3 hours. So I decided to make it super simple so I could show you guys. And this is using crescent rolls by Pillsbury. So here they are, and after you pop them open, you want to flour your little baking surface. I think I got a little bit too much flour on there, but that's okay. And there we go. And so you want to open it, and this is kind of hard because you don't really want to tear the dough too much. If you tear it, you kind of lose your little shape you're going to need. So see if I can get it out. If you tear it, though, don't worry, you can always fix it. Okay, so you're going to kind of open it up. Normally, I would use 2 if you're going to make enough for like probably a family, but since I'm just demonstrating for you guys, I'm going to use 1. So you're going to kind of pull it apart, and this one's really sticky probably, but that's okay. And so, let's see if I can unroll it quickly. So after you kind of unroll it, this one's going to be kind of messy. I didn't count on it being a little sticky. So I'm just going to rip this off and show you. Okay, so you kind of want to flatten it out, and you're going to see that there's a lot of little holes in the dough. And this part, it works better if it's cool. But you're going to kind of want to smash all of these together, and you're going to want to double up your dough. So it's going to be more kind of thick like this, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I kind of just shaped it into like this weird square thing when I did it at home, and so it's not very hard. Even like a little kid could do it. So I made these with my cousin and he loved it, and it was super simple. So after you kind of have your square dough that usually looks better than this, you want to get your filling. Sorry, Zach, I'm getting stuff all on here. And your filling's really easy to make. All you have to do is get a 1/3 cup of butter, and then you need brown sugar and 3 tablespoons of cinnamon. And I thought that was going to take like a lot of cinnamon, but I tried adding less and it didn't taste right. So there's a lot of cinnamon here, and I mixed mine together already because it turns out better when you do it. And you just kind of get it and you just spread it over the cinnamon roll dough. And it's really not hard, guys. It's really kind of fun. And you can just even it out. And then you're going to want to roll it. And this part's important. If you guys don't roll it tight enough, then it'll come apart when you bake it and your filling leaks out. So when you roll it, you kind of want to first like make this flat. I don't know if you guys can see that. But you fold it in half flat, and you just begin to slowly roll it like that. And pretty soon you have a nice, gooey, long thing. So if you have more than one of these, and you make it like longer in your Pillsbury, with your Pillsbury dough and you make it longer, it's kind of easier to work with. But then, okay, this is really funny. We use floss to cut our cinnamon rolls, and I thought that was really weird. But I made cinnamon rolls with my friend Haley in New Zealand, and we made it for like 50 people. And she was like, you have to use floss. And I was like, why would you use floss? If you use floss, it actually helps cut your dough and keep it even. So you just kind of put it underneath, and then you just pull it, and then you crisscross and pull. And then you kind of have this nice little swirl thing.
Aww.
And then you want to make sure the bottom is together, otherwise it'll come apart. And then you want to get either a pan that you grease or a non-stick pan. And you just kind of want to, mine's non-stick, so I just set it in there like that. And you see how they're kind of touching close? I don't recommend that because if not, it can get kind of gooey and just, it doesn't cook right. So you just want to spread them out kind of. And then let me finish this really quick. And these are super simple, guys, so don't worry about it. Okay, and then one other thing is make sure that you have a non-stick pan or something, because my mom was cooking these for me the other day and she completely burned them and they were like rock hard and they wouldn't come apart. So you kind of want to do it like that. And you can fit a couple more in there. But other than that, you're going to stick it in the oven at 375 for about 20 minutes, and that's usually really all you need. But keep an eye on them, otherwise they won't burn. And then the other thing we have is frosting. Okay, so we use 8 ounces of cream cheese in our frosting, and then 2 cups of powdered sugar, and 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract, and 3 tablespoons of milk. Now, you can see that little whisk in my picture. You guys might just want to watch out because I don't have a mixer. So if you don't have a mixer, you're going to want to use a fork and really smash the cream cheese to kind of make this little thing creamy. If not, it'll turn out very clumpy. So if you guys aren't up for that though, you can always buy frosting, which makes it way easier. And then after they are done, they come out looking like this, and you just frost them. So
that was fun.
if you guys want to impress your family this year, you can tell them a little bit about cinnamon roll history, and you can just surprise them in the morning with Christmas cinnamon rolls. So thank you for your time.
Yes.